Hey, Honors Physics, this is Mr. Hausman, and we're going to take a look at some of the final questions in the concept review. I'm on numbers 25 through 28, and we're also going to look at the next page. So let's get started right away. So in the first question, number 25, right up here, we have a parallel circuit. We've got a battery. We've got a node, and we have current going through either this path or this path, C to D, E through F. And what it says is that these circles represent resistors or light bulbs, and they are identical. Now, the question really is about voltage. So let's kind of do a quick reminder of how voltage works. Voltage is supplied by the battery, right? There's a delta V, and that's the energy gain per coulomb of charge, right? Voltage is equal to joules per coulomb. So it's proportional to energy. So all of the charges have high energy going through the first section, and they stay high energy until they go through a resistor. So if you do your color coding, you'll notice that it's high voltage through both paths, through C and E, but it's low voltage coming back from the circuit after it goes through the resistors. So we're looking for places where the two positions have the same voltage. So let's take a look. Do A and H have the same voltage? Nope. High voltage A, low voltage B, so that's not a great choice. B, C, and D. If D hadn't been in there, it would have been true, but because of D, though they don't have the same voltage, D is low. B, C, and E. There we go. We have high voltage at B, C, and E. Remember, the current splits, but the voltage stays the same until you go through a voltage drop. And that's not until here or until here. There's a delta V. So B, C, and E must be it. Number 26 is the same circuit, drawn exactly the same way, same letters. In this case, the two light bulbs are identical. How do the currents at B and C compare? So let's take a look. So we're looking at current now. Well, it's hard to tell kind of what the current is, but we know that the current is going to be the same all the way through this pathway. Remember, those are current pucks. The current is then going to split. Why don't we label that with a, right, I total. Let's go to a pen. I total. There we go. And then we have I1 and I2. And then it comes back together at this node, and it goes back to I total, right? The original total current. So the question is, how do the currents at B and C compare? And B is the total current, and C has to be some fraction of B because we have current flowing to the left through the left resistor, current flowing through the right, if you can follow those small arrows. And so we know that the current at B must be the greatest. C must be some amount less because we're talking about current, and current gets divided in parallel circuits. Okay, now it's the same question, but now 2 different points. How does the current at B and G compare? Well, based on my previous labels up here, where we said that the current total stays the same until this node, and then it comes back together, notice B is before the node, or the junction point, and G is after. So right there, we have a case where the total current is the same at B and G. Whatever goes into the junction has to come out of the junction due to conservation of charge, right? The total current stays the same. It's referred to as the junction law. Okay, now these are the classic questions that are really challenging. They come from a really excellent source of questions. For all the bulbs in the circuit are identical, so that's the same as that and these guys. And for the two items below, rank the current. Okay, so how can we measure current? Well, in order to be able to compare currents, we have to be able to comment on V and R, right? The amount of current is determined by the voltage that pushes and the resistance that fights you. So let's take a look. Well, every single battery is the same. So the voltages are fixed, and we're not going to be thinking about how the voltage affects the current. Now, what do we know about resistance? Well, resistance in series is R1 plus R2. So that gets larger, right? That's a pretty large resistance because you have to add them up. But we know in parallel, they get smaller. But not just smaller, smaller than the smallest resistor, right? Smaller than the smallest. And then we have a single R all by itself. So we have a large, we have a medium, and then we have smaller. So we know that as resistance gets larger, then the current gets smaller because they're inversely proportional. So I think what that means is that if we can find the smallest resistance, that will give us the greatest currents. So that makes B largest. That makes A second largest. And then C, finally, with a resistance that is the largest of all three, it must be the smallest of the current. Okay? So kind of did the explanation verbally rather than in writing. Hope that helps. Let's go to the next, and let's zoom in on the top, 29. All of the bulbs in the circuit are identical. Excellent, just like before. And so we've got a series circuit for A, we've got a series circuit for B, but we have a parallel circuit for C. And now we want to rank the currents again. Okay, so what do we know? We know that R1 plus R2 has to have less resistance than R1 plus R2 plus R3. 3 resistors will always be greater than 2 in series. Now in parallel, remember what happens is that it is, the more you add, it is smaller, right? The actual resistance is smaller than the smallest. So this one has to be kind of like the smallest one yet. So biggest resistance for A, second biggest resistance for B, lowest resistance for C. So since I equals V over R and they have all the same voltage, we're looking for the, if we want the greatest current, we want the smallest resistance. So I believe that puts us at C, smallest resistance, then B, and then A. Finally, let's zoom to the bottom of the page. Okay, this is a question about path of least resistance in short circuits. That's where the current goes. And I want you to, again, rank the current. So let's see. As soon as we have a pathway after one bulb, remember the direction of current is from the positive in conventional current. Well, what we have is we have a short, and these two would never light up. So what we really have is not 3 bulbs in series, we have a single R. Then in the next one, the current goes this way. So we have a short that skips R2, and we would have R1 plus R3. And then finally, this one's kind of interesting. The current goes here, but because of the short circuit, the current gets shunted or turned aside, and it never goes through the first 2 resistors, so it's back to R1. So where is the greatest current? Well, interestingly, A equals B, because they have the same resistance. They both have 1 resistor. And then that is not true. That's not what I meant to say. Let's undo that. A is equal to C, is what I meant to say. And then B has an even larger resistance. It has 2 resistors, and so it's now down to the lowest current. So it's an A is tied with C, and then B comes in second place from that list. So that's how we go through a few of the more challenging concept questions for circuits.